Hello and welcome in this video lecture series. Today we are going to discuss about ICMP. So ICMP is basically stand for Internet Control Message Protocol. So ICMP is basically one of the important protocol at network layer. ICMP works at network layer. So suppose if this is the network layer, and in the heart of this network layer there will be a protocol called Internet Protocol or IP in short. And position of ICMP will be here, means ICMP resides between this transport layer and Internet Protocol. So ICMP is basically used for two purposes. First is error handling or feedback messaging. Second is request and reply. So error handling or feedback messaging is when suppose we have a source and it is connected by these two routers and it is destination. In case of error handling or feedback messaging, if something is wrong, then we are going to receive this ICMP packet. So this is actually error handling. While in case of request reply, suppose we have a source, this is routers R1 and R2 we can say, and here it is destination. So in case of request and reply, there will be a request from one direction and obviously from other direction there will be a reply. Means in case of request reply, ICMP packets travels from both the direction, while in case of error handling, it will travels from a single direction only. So in case of error handling, TTL exceed, parameter problem, source quench, source redirect, and destination unreachable. These are the error messages. These are the cases when we are going to get error message or feedback messaging. While in case of request reply, echo request and reply will be there, timestamp request and reply will be there, network mask request and reply will be there, and at last is router solicitation and advertisement. So before discussing each of them, we need to understand here that IP is an unreliable service. Means IP is not reliable service. So IP is datagram service which is unreliable. Unreliable means anything can go wrong and you cannot find out that something has gone wrong. This is the meaning of unreliability. So IP has an assistant called ICMP, and whenever any IP packet is lost or discarded, ICMP is going to respond and send you back the feedback, that is error handling. So suppose you are sending an IP packet from source to receiver, but on the way, like this is IP packet going on like this. This is router R1, this is R2, and this is R3. So on the way IP packet is discarded because of heavy congestion at this point. Now router R3 after discarding this IP packet will send an ICMP packet. Here source is R3, means this router R3 is sending this ICMP message, and in this case destination is this host source S. This is the destination for this ICMP packet, because this ICMP packet is sent from R3 to this host S, and suppose due to some congestion this R2 has also discarded this packet, means this ICMP packet is discarded by this R2 because of some heavy traffic or congestions. Then in this case this R2 will send an error message, means ICMP packet, to this R3, means now R2 will be source and R3 will be destination for this error packet. It's ICMP packet. And suppose because of some heavy congestion at this router R3, this packet is also discarded by the router R3. Then this router R3 is going to send an error message, means ICMP message, from R3 to R2. and in case this router R2 again going to discard this ICMP packet due to some congestion, then this R2 is going to send an ICMP error message from R2 to R3. So here it will be like a infinite loop. It lead to infinite loop. So here we need to learn two things. First is, if IP packet is lost, then there will be an ICMP message. But if ICMP packet get lost, then there will not be any ICMP packet will be forwarded. So we can say that IP is not reliable service, but IP plus ICMP, if we combine both of them, then also this entire packet together is unreliable. Means here it is not guaranteed that after discarding this IP packet at router R3, ICMP message will certainly reach to this source. It may be possible that when R3 will send an ICMP message, R2 will simply discard it and it will not send any packet, because if we send ICMP messages after discarding ICMP packet, then it leads to infinite loop. So rule is that if IP packet is discarded, then only we are going to send ICMP error message, or in case ICMP packet is discarded, there will not be any error message generated. So we can say that IP plus ICMP, this entire packet altogether is also unreliable. All right. Now let's discuss about ICMP feedback messaging. So in ICMP feedback messaging, the first is called TTL exceed. So TTL exceed means here we have a source S and here it's a destination, and there are some routers in between R1 and R2. So suppose this source want to send an IP packet to this destination with the TTL value is equal to 2. So when this packet will reach to this router R1 will receive TTL value 2 and will decrement the same by 1, means new TTL value is 1. At router R2, when this IP packet will reach, it will receive TTL value is equal to 1, and again this R2 is also going to decrease it by 1, means new TTL value is 0. Since TTL value is 0 at this router R2, so this router R2 is going to, it will simply discard this packet, and after discarding this packet, this router R2 is going to send an error message, that is ICMP packet, and it will mention the error as TTL exceed. It's mean TTL value is exceeded, kindly send the packet by increasing this TTL value. So next time this source will increase this TTL value before forwarding, or it will understand that my packet may be involved in circular loop. So this is called TTL exceed. Next is called source quench. Basically this quench means stop. Quench means stop. So what does it mean? Suppose this is the source and this is the destination, and this source is sending some packets through R1, R2 and to this destination. So in case if this router R1 is sending so many packets to this R2 and this R2 is unable to accept this much packet, maybe due to some overload or maybe buffer get full. When this router R2 is not able to handle this much packets, then it is going to send an error message in the form of ICMP packet, and here it will mention source quench. So by using this ICMP packet, This R2 is saying to the R1 that please don't send these many packets. I am not able to process the same. So kindly stop sending the packets. So this is called source quench. Parameters problem is when suppose this is the source and this is the destination or receiver. So in case of parameter problem, when we have some problems related to our parameters, in that case we are going to get this ICMP error. For example, if the source is using strict source routing, in strict source routing, the source itself decide the path of its packet. Suppose this source is deciding the path for this packet is R1, then R2 and then destination. Say this is the R1, this is R2 and this is R3. So source wants to travel these packets from source to R1, then R1 to R2 and R2 to this receiver. But maybe due to this link is down, this packet cannot be forwarded from R1 to R2. Maybe this link is broken or this R2 router is down. Then obviously this R1 cannot forward this packet to R2. So it should forward this packet through R3. But in case of strict source routing, this router is not allowed to forward this packet on any other path. So in this case, this router R1 is going to send an error message, and that is ICMP parameter problem. Parameter problem means it is saying to this source, due to some parameters like you have mentioned strict source routing, I am not able to forward your packet from mentioned path. That's why I am discarding your packet. So this is called parameter problem. Next is destination unreachable. So in case of destination unreachable, suppose this is the source and this is destination. The source want to send some packet, it's an IP packet, to this destination. So this packet is forwarded from this source to router R1 and from this router R1 to R2. And after reaching here, in order to forward this packet from R2 to this destination, it will send an ARP request to get the MAC address of this destination. So this R2 is sending ARP request and saying, I know your IP address, but I don't know your MAC address. Kindly send me your MAC address so that I will forward this packet to you. But suppose this destination is not available or the system is down. So in that case, router R2 will not receive any response from this receiver. It is like post service. When postman will come to at your home and your home is locked, means nobody is there, then obviously this postman will not carry this post throughout his life. So same way, this R2 router will inform to this source by sending some ICMP messages that I am discarding your packet as destination is unreachable. This is called destination unreachable. In destination unreachable, again two cases are there. One is, suppose this host is not reachable, means after sending this ARP request, this destination is not responding because it is not available. So this is called destination host unreachable. While suppose this destination is available, means it is responding, then this packet will come to this host. But in this host, there will be so many processes. The source I mentioned some destination port number which is not available here. In that case, error message will be destination port unreachable. So in destination unreachable, two cases are there: destination host unreachable and destination port unreachable. One more case is possible to get this destination unreachable error. Suppose this is the source, here it's a router and it's a destination. So destination have some network with MTU is equal to 500 maximum transfer unit, and source is in a network with MTU is equal to 1500, and you have mentioned in your data packet don't fragment value equal to 1, means you are saying please don't fragment this packet. So when this packet will reach to this router R, it will check the MTU value on this link, that's 500, and the size of this packet is suppose more than 500. Then it will check this DF value. If it is 0, then obviously this router R will fragment it and forward it. But as it is 1, then again this router R is going to discard this packet and will send a ICMP error message and mention the reason, means we need to fragment this packet, but you have mentioned the value of DF is equal to 1 and destination MTU is 500. So now this source will either change this value or will forward the next IP packet according to this size. So this is called destination unreachable. Next is source redirect. So in source redirect, suppose we have this source S and there will be a destination D. It is sending some packet to this router R1, it is R2, it's R3 and it is R4. So when this router R will receive this packet, it should forward this packet through R2, because through this path this packet will reach to the destination in the minimum distance, the minimum hop count. But due to some error in routing table, suppose this R1 has forwarded this packet to R3. Then if this router R3 is know somehow due to some manual set, if this router R3 knows that this packet need to send to the destination D, but there is some other path through R2 which is actually the best path, then this R3 will send a warning message. This is not error message, it's a warning message that router R1 please forward next packets via router R2 as it is the best path. So this is actually warning only, while in other 4 cases ICMP is acting as a error message, while in case of source redirect it is warning. So here it is sending ICMP warning and saying from the next packet onwards kindly forward the same through router R2 as it is the best path. So this is called source redirect. So this is all about error handling in ICMP packets. Next is ICMP request and reply messaging. So the ICMP request and reply messaging is used to test whether network layer of destination and intermediate nodes are working or not. As we know that if this is the source S and this is the destination, then this source will have physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer and application layer. Same way at this destination also there will be a physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer and application layer. While on this intermediate routers R1 and R2 there will only be physical layer, data link layer, network layer. Only these 3 layers will be there. Same way on this router R2 there will be a physical layer, data link layer, network layer. So request and reply messaging is used to test whether the network layer of destination and intermediate routers are working or not. Means it will simply send this request and this request will travels from network layer, data link layer, physical layer. Then it will go to this router R1. On this router R1 again physical layer, data link layer, then network layer, then again data link layer, physical layer. As we know that on router physical layer and data link layer is equal to number of interfaces. So here I am representing 2 interface, means there will be 2 physical layer, 2 data link layer and 1 network layer. Network layer is only 1 always. So from this interface, first we'll get physical layer, data link layer, network layer, and then again data link layer, physical layer. Now from R1 to R2 again, first it will get physical layer, data link layer, then network layer, again data link layer, physical layer. Then from R2 to this destination, physical layer, data link layer, and network layer. After receiving this packet as a request, this destination will forward the reply, and reply will also go in the same way, means from network layer of this destination to this router R2, then from network layer of this router R2 to router R1, its physical layer, data link layer, network layer, data link layer, physical layer to this source, physical layer, data link layer, and network layer. If it is getting this reply, what does it mean? My packet is successfully reached to this network layer, and after receiving my request packet, the destination forwarded the reply, and this reply is, it has travels through the various network layers on the intermediary nodes. So receiving the reply denotes that all the networks layer from source to destination, including intermediary nodes, are working absolutely correct. So it is basically like ping command. When you will perform this ping command, so there will be echo request. This is actually echo request. Echo request will reach only up to network layer. It will not go above network layer, that is whether it's a transport layer or application layer. This echo packet will reach up to network layer, and that's it. This application layer will never come to know that there is a echo request. Same way, this network layer is also responding with echo reply. So this is called echo request and reply. It is used in ping command. So basically, by performing this ping command, we can easily identify that whether particular destination is down or not. If it is responding, if we are getting the reply from that destination by using the ping command, it means that destination is up and there is no fault in the path also. So reply from this destination represents destination is reachable. It is in reach. So this is called echo request and reply. Ping command is basically stands for packet internet gopher. Gopher means searching something in the dark. So here we are simply searching whether host is reachable or not. Next is called timestamp request and reply. Timestamp request and reply means, suppose there is a source, here it's a router, and here it's a destination. So in the network, it is possible that this source host belongs to a network which has some different time zones than this destination. Because network is worldwide and throughout the world there are different time zones are available. So it is possible that source have some different time zone and destination is also having some different time zone. So in that case, when this source will send this request, ICMP request, to synchronize the time between these two computers. So in that case, ICMP packet will be forwarded as a timestamp request. And this destination is also going to reply through ICMP reply. So this is called timestamp request and reply. There is one more request reply, that is called network mask request reply. Suppose there is a source and it is connected through some router. Suppose it's a default router for this computer system or this network. So before sending any message from this source to other destination, it will require an IP address, and this IP address will be provided by DHCP. DHCP will provide or will assign an IP address to this source. Next, it will be required network mask. So first it will identify its default router, and after identifying the default router, it is going to ask to this router what is the network mask for this network. So this request will be through ICMP request, and this router is going to reply through ICMP reply, and it is known as network request and reply. This is called network request and reply. But now thing is that how this source will identify that who is default router. Suppose here we have a source S, and it is connected through some routers. So within this network, it can send any data to any other host by using MAC address. Suppose this is the source and it's a network to which this source is going to belong. So in order to know who is. So in order to identify the default router, this source is going to send a request which is called the router solicitation. Means in router solicitation, this source is going to ask who is my default router. In that case, this router R1 is going to reply, okay, you can use me as your default router. Suppose there is some other router is also available. Then when this sender is going to ask who is the default router, say this is R2, then it is also going to reply. See, it is possible that a source can have more than one default router. But the process when source is asking from their side who is my default router is called router solicitation. While other cases possible, suppose there is a router R and this router is sending without any request from this source. Means this router from their own sending a message to this newly added system that I am router R and I am available here. You can use me as your default router. So this is called router advertisement. Advertisement means it is advertising himself that I am available. Please use me as your default router. While in this case, when this source is asking to router, it is called router solicitation. Router solicitation. So this is the basic difference between this router advertisement and router solicitation. So in that case also this request and reply message is there, and this request and reply will be actually through ICMP packet only. So this is all about ICMP packet, that is Internet Control Messaging Protocol. That's all for today. Thank you.